Now, if you thought that David Pakman was done being a shit lib, no. He is doubling down on his statement that he is leaving the left. And he really wants you to know how much he not only hates them, but is willing to go to lose as much of his supporting network in order to prove that his loyalty is with corporate special interests. And who better than his latest guest on his really shitty podcast?
Great to welcome to the program today Congressman Ritchie Torres, who has represented New York's 15th congressional district in the Bronx since 2021. He's on the House Financial Services Committee, also the Select Committee on Strategic Competition between the U.S. and China. It's so great to have you on. I really appreciate the opportunity to chat a little.
What an opportunity to speak with one of the biggest Zionist corporate whores in all of Congress. Didn't Pakman suggest that AIPAC was EPAC, I believe is how he referred to it? Well, he clearly is very excited about having him on. And why would that be? Why would he be so enthusiastic about having him on? Now, as long as Jose Vega is running, we will support him. Obviously, he's going to need to build a stronger financial infrastructure if he's going to have any chance of being competitive. But Jose knows we'll always have him on the podcast. Always happy to boost his network and get him more support. I do believe that Ritchie Torres is going to be challenged for his congressional seat. I think it's either going to be Michael Blake. It might even be Jamal Bowman. But he will be challenged in a primary. And it's amazing how quickly things change. And a lot of things ultimately ended up changing as a result of Zohran Mamdani winning the primary for New York's mayoral race. Why is that big? Nani, welcome to our channel. Happy to have you here. Please smash that like button. And if you like what you hear, we hope you'll subscribe and share. The biggest reason that this is a significant situation here is because so much of Ritchie Torres' political trajectory changed with Zohran winning. Had he not won, it's almost assured that he would be running for governor of the state of New York. And being that he's a Democrat, perhaps he might have won. But now he is not only not running for governor, he may very well be on his way out of Congress. There is going to be a groundswell of epic proportions for whomever challenges him for that seat in the Democratic primary. Jose will be there in the general election. Maybe Jose won't run in the general if Ritchie Torres is knocked off. But we'll see what happens. For the time being, we certainly support him. But you know who supports Ritchie Torres? David Pakman does.
A little bit.
Happy to be here.
So maybe to start with, I'm interested in your perspective right now on the progressive movement. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is I see you really, when people ask me, who do you see right now as the sort of progressive that you like to be at the head of this movement going forward? I think of you, and there's a bunch.
I think of Ritchie Torres as the leader of left politics in the United States. How much do you think Pakman was paid for that statement? Because I'm going to guess it was quite a bit. Or he truly is a scumbag of the highest levels. Saying that Ritchie Torres, it's one thing to say that you support Ritchie Torres, of which you're a total fuck and a half for saying that. But let's go the full fuck you with, and I think you're the best leader for left politics in the United States. Could anybody possibly be that out of step with reality? Or is it truly a completely bought and paid for whore like David Pakman? Or is it both? Maybe it's both. I don't know. Maybe he really does believe the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. But of all the people that you're going to slob the knob of, you're going to do it to Ritchie Torres? Sorry for the graphic detail, but heck, I got to call it like I see it. The best person to lead left politics is Ritchie Torres? I'm sorry, but if you're not being paid to say that, you're a dupe and a derp. See what else he has to say.
Bunch of different reasons why. And unfortunately, there is right now a bit of a division, as I see it, on the left on a number of issues that includes foreign policy, certain.
There is no disagreement. You are not on the left. You are not on any political spectrum that involves non-corporate populism. There is no left and right bullshit anymore. That's dead. What you stand for is everything that the working people of this country do not. And how anyone was taken in by this stupid, pointless, wet paper bag of a content creator. Again, I don't know what the appeal is of this guy. I listened to him on a handful of occasions back in 2015 when he had favorable things to say about Bernie Sanders. But I never for a second thought, oh yeah, this guy's totally got it. He totally has what it takes to attract people and get them to listen to him. He's like Ben Shapiro. Only worse. As much as I hate Ben Shapiro, at least I know he's got some talent. I hate saying that, but it's true. David Pakman? What the fuck does he have? He's a very bland, elitist commentator. And as I've pointed out before, Pac-Man, a Pac-Man. And can we please get this going, guys? That is his name. Let's do everything in our power to make that stick. A. Pakman is his name. And he really wants you to know that he is completely engulfed in this broken system. You get Brian Tyler Cohen, you get any of those other content creators that got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And yes, we will attempt to have Taylor Lorenz come on and talk about it. But David Pakman is the one above all the others who was being completely defiant. He embraces this. He embraces being the villain. Hey, good for him. I just hope that anyone who ever thought he was worth listening to stops listening to him. I hope he loses his subscribers. I hope he loses all of his paid well, he's probably not going to lose his paid sponsors. They'll probably stick around because for them, it's going to be a matter of whether he can deliver the goods. Now, if he's getting pumped up by Google to support the Israel cause, then it doesn't really matter if he's getting the numbers. Just look at Barry Weiss. It really doesn't matter. And this, to me, is the dead giveaway. He wants you to know the mask is off now. And he's thumbing people in the eye by saying, oh, yeah, it's totally about Ritchie Torres. He's the future of left politics in the United States. Clip this, save it, and let me tell you, rub it in his smirky fucking face the second that Torres is out of politics, which hopefully will be less than a year away. The New York primary is next June. So we are 10 months away. And in that time, somebody's going to challenge Ritchie, and hopefully he'll be finished. And then we'll have to go back to David Pakman and see who the real leader of politics is on the left. Who would be his next person? My guess is John Fetterman. That'll be the next guy. Guys, we're at 290. Let's get to 300. Smash that like button. Let's continue to get this out there. Let's see if there's anything more genius commentary to come from David Pakman.
The Israeli-Gaza situation has brought this into the forefront for a lot of people.
Yeah, it has. And you two are on the wrong side of history, and you are going to pay dearly for it in the long run. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon enough, it will come to bite you in the ass. The fact of the matter is, you decided to have on Ritchie Torres in lieu of everything that's going on right now. Heck, if you are not having strings pulled in your back, then as I said, you're more incompetent than I even thought possible. But as we've seen, the only reason people act this way is if they have something to gain financially. When you're a full-blown sellout, and as of today, the Israel lobby is still very powerful and is still convincing a hell of a lot of people that this is the direction that one needs to go in, it's pathetic, but it is where we are. He is doing some type of a humiliation ritual, that of which I cannot explain. Who the hell wants to talk to Ritchie Torres, especially after that interview with Adam Friedman? Talk about an embarrassment. So what do? They get Pakman to bring him on and buff his balls for him. That's it. Fuck Ritchie Torres and fuck Mr. Pakman, a Pakman, even harder. Soon enough, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in the very near future, they are going to feel the wrath of what that change is going to be all about.